Hi, my name is CountryBalls and let's start this autumn Steam sale with Instruments of Destruction. Do you have an urge to destroy, to ruin cities and flatten the terrain in the moment of rage? Nobody is stopping you, you can go and destroy anything you want. Or you can go and play this game instead. Or after. You know, when you destroy everything, this game will offer you more. So here you will become a vehicle test pilot and journey across the world to remote outposts where everything needs to be, destroyed. For that noble goal, you will be using purpose-built wrecking machines such as flying bulldozers, tanks wielding quad rocket launchers, and ornithopters with grappling hooks. This game is not only about destruction, it is about building as well. You will learn how to design your own machines for the ultimate demolition experience. Simply use the editor to construct devastating vehicles armed with chainsaws, lasers, claws, wrecking balls, magnets, vortex generators, and much more. Beyond vehicles, here you can design your own custom maps and structures and share it all with the world via Steam Workshop. The game has a very positive review score and can soothe your urge to destroy. Dark Souls 3. The discounts on Dark Souls games are quite rare in general, so if you ever plan to play the game, there is no better time than now. So in the third part of Dark Souls, you will face 25 different bosses, including 8 optional ones, and if you are not a pro, you will die at least a few times during each boss battle, and on some of them it may take you from 20 to as much as 50 times. So it's not only a matter of your patience and iron nerves, but it's time consuming as well. Players are praising the game and saying that it is hard, but not as hard as real life. You know, you can't beat your actual boss in real life and just casually move on. I know that you wish to do that, but don't. In prison you would meet even harder adversaries, so just play Dark Souls instead. It's easy if you actually think about it.
Wait, what?
Oh, shut up. Knights Within. This is a very fun indie project where you will eradicate hordes of knights as another knight. The catch is that you have an automatic rifle and you can live your ultimate fantasy of having modern weapons in a medieval world. You know, we all had this thought. What if I had a rifle against knights in shining armor? How many can I take down before a very painful death occurs? Well, at least one, right? But it's you, and the game is difficult, so I wouldn't bet all my potato salad on that outcome. No offense. Anyway, he will embark on a procedurally generated missions to push back the threat. Progressing through a mission will grant you randomized modifiers for both you and your enemies. The longer you survive, the crazier the powers get, keeping each run fresh and unique. You can play alone or co-op with up to 3 friends. Vampyr. As I always say about this game, at the beginning here you will suck a lot. Not blood, you just suck in general because you are a recently transformed vampire newbie. And you know the fate of such newborn vampires in all the movies. They easily die by the hand of every protagonist. So with time you will become more and more powerful, as you have to survive and fight vampire hunters, undead and other supernatural creatures. Use your powers to manipulate and delve into the lives of those around you to decide who will be your next victim. You will like this game if you are into darker settings and like difficult moral choices, because your food here has different personalities. You may want to kill only bad criminals and not an innocent father of 2 sick kids, and sometimes you just need to feed and kill him anyway. You may think that,
Hey, it's just a game, it doesn't matter.
but it's the same as with the dying pandas in Zoo Planet. They are not real, but the game still makes you feel like shit, so be sure that you like that kind of stuff. Synergy. In this visually beautiful city builder, your goal is to build a town to help your citizens prosper. You will need to explore, analyze and experiment with new things, because the well-being of your citizens is the main objective. You don't want to be a moron dictator, we have plenty of those in real life. Here you will need a deep understanding of the environment to help them adapt and thrive. Newly acquired knowledge will provide you with an essential guide to obtaining resources, ensuring the safety of your people and optimizing your town. This quest for knowledge will also provide you access to several new buildings, from extraction structures to social spaces, from harvesting points to places of culture. People on Steam are saying that the art style is breathtaking. The game is charming and has very interesting features never seen in similar games. The review score is very positive, so most likely if you try the game, you will have fun. Titan Station. This is a retro sci-fi adventure that takes us far into the future, in the year of 1999. Yeah, the retro future is in the past, but somehow we have all these wonderful things we managed to achieve with the technology of the past. A really cool genre reminding us of all these science fiction novels we have read in our teens. So here you are, a systems operator, casual worker of the space station. But after arriving, your mundane work turns into a struggle for your very life as you make a shocking discovery. You have to believe me here, because this is not a channel of spoilers. Most of the time. Well, half of the time. Still, that counts. Subscribe. Anyway, the station is connected to Saturn's moon Titan by an elevator and pipeline system. Really cool concept. Here you won't find any combat, and the game itself will take about 4 hours to complete. If you liked games like The Invincible, Outer Wilds or Observation, Titan Station is your spoon of potato salad. More than 90% of reviews on Steam are positive. Greedfall Gold Edition. Here you'll have a complete freedom in character progression. Play as a male or female, customize your appearance and freely choose your abilities, spells and skills. But do not expect miracles, this is not a highest level RPG, although it looks like one. Greedfall was created in 3 years and its budget was about $5 million. For a AAA open world game like this, it's the bare minimum for it to be decent, so treat it more like a very expensive indie game instead. Somewhat similar budget had the Kingdom Come Deliverance team, and Skyrim's budget was about 100 million. For it you can literally create 20 games like Greedfall, so keep that in mind before you start comparing Greedfall with the giants of the genre. And this version, Greedfall Gold Edition, includes a DLC, so this is a better version of the game if you compare it with just the basic Greedfall. It is a decent game, and as I've said many times, I would give it about 7 cold beers out of 10. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 Heart of the Chornobyl. Here you'll dive into the zone, a specific place around the area where Chornobyl power plant exploded one beautiful day. You probably saw the HBO series already that was filmed in my hometown of Vilnius, Lithuania. If not, do it. Jared Harris and Stellan Skarsgård were wonderful, and the series will perfectly immerse you into a cruel and deadly Soviet bureaucracy. Anyway, the zone around the power plant is deadly as well, and only the madman could go there and search for artifacts from another dimension in hopes of getting rich. You are that madman. Everyone calls you a stalker, but you are not alone. The whole community of people like you are scavenging these forsaken lands. Some are friendly, some are not. That's why you have an arsenal of various weapons. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but my advice would be shoot first, apologize later. You have no friends there. The scariest thing, of course, are not other scavengers, militia of every sort, or even anomalies, but creepy mutants. Oh man, I played the original games when I was a teenager and I was a bit traumatized by some of them, especially by that invisible shithead in the sewers. And he's back again. A bit too often, to be honest. After you kill it for like the 5th time, it's not scary anymore. But there are scarier things lurking in the depths of abandoned military facilities, and they will gladly meet you and eat you, or worse. Anyway, in a broader sense, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is not a horror game, but it often has strong horror episodes and a menacing atmosphere as well. Not as menacing as your ex-mother-in-law, but still really terrifying. And also, it is a beautiful game, and the visuals are fantastic. Assassin's Creed Mirage. There are better Assassin's Creed games out there than this one, that's for sure, but if you run out of new things in this universe to play, it's not that bad, especially when on sale. The main complaint here is that the game feels a bit clunky, especially when you parkour from one roof to another, and this kind of discomfort follows you throughout the whole game in one form or another. Anyway, Mirage is a step back to the roots of the franchise. It feels more similar to the old school Assassin's Creed games, so here you will experience the story of Basim, a cunning street thief. You will seek answers and justice as you navigate the streets of the 9th century Baghdad, one of the most important cities in the world back in the days. So you, sooner or later, will become a deadly master assassin and change your fate. The game has around 80% positive reviews, and that is really not a bad score. If not the Ubisoft launcher, I think it would have around 10% higher score and would be more popular game in general. Trover saves the universe. This humoristic game is quite crazy, and there is why. Your dogs have been kidnapped by a lunatic named Glorcon, who stuffed them into his eye holes and is using their life essence to destroy the universe. It's hard to go more loco than that. It's possible, but hard. So you are partnered with Trover, a little purple eye-hole monster who isn't a huge fan of working or being put in the position of having to save the universe. He also kinda hates you as well. So there the mechanics kick in. You control Trover's movements, but not his mouth. He got a lot to say about what's going on in the game, and about you, of course. The game has around 90% of positive reviews, so if you like humor, there is no escape. You should play it. So to spice up your curiosity, I will tell you that here you can kill with your thoughts. That should really grab your attention. If it grabs somewhere else, call the police. Inkulinati is an ink-based strategy game straight from medieval manuscripts, where a thought can be deadlier than a sword. You will take your turn in Inkulinati duels filled with unexpected tactical depth and humor.
Yeah, fart humor, very funny, haha.
Shut up, that is always funny. You'll embark on an ever-changing journey, build your own bestiary, defeat medieval superstars and collect perks to unleash special powers. And now it's the time when you must subscribe. It's the law, I have nothing to do with that. The penalty of not subscribing to my channel is a ban from Boobhala after you die. It's terrible, I know, so I guess you have to subscribe. 8-bit armies. If Command & Conquer spent the night with Minecraft, 9 months later 8-bit armies would be born. This is a fast-paced RTS, a very colorful strategy arcade game that is easy to learn for players of all skill levels, so even for you. Here you will collect resources, build up and defend your base, amass your army of tanks and planes, and ultimately crush your opponents. Here you'll find 25 offline campaign missions, 12 co-op missions to play with your mother-in-law, and 10 multiplayer maps that support up to 8 players online. Although speaking about players online, you rarely find more than 10 in total, so if you want to play multiplayer or co-op, you will need a friend or some stranger from Discord. But if you don't have any friends, and of course you don't, keep in mind that the game also has pretty good AI you can play with or fight against. Not as good as Skynet, so it won't take over the world, but it can take over your dignity, so be sure you are up for the challenge. 8-bit armies is easy to understand and is user-friendly. Also, it is a really well-aged game. New cycle. Here, after an apocalyptic series of solar flares, human society has been thrown into chaos. You will have to establish a settlement and develop it all the way from humble beginnings to industrial metropolis. In other words, you are responsible for bringing civilization back and not letting smart beavers take control of the earth. Don't worry, that is another game, no beavers here. If you manage to achieve success, that is. The game will challenge you with sandstorms, shortages, wildfires and other disasters, so be prepared and always ready to act quickly if you want your puny village to grow into a glorious cold Beeristan. Although nature is not your only enemy here. Refugee crisis, unrest, disease outbreaks, this list of what can go wrong is very long. So there is a huge chance that you will fail miserably. Terrible fate awaits you, doom and gloom and other scary words. V Rising. In this survival action RPG, you will awaken as a weakened vampire after centuries of slumber. You will hunt for blood in nearby settlements to regain your strength, while hiding from the scorching sun and aggressive garlic loaves. You will also have to rebuild your castle from ruins, and convert humans into your loyal servants in a quest to raise your vampire empire. People on Steam are saying that the combat here is largely dependent on skill and not on RNG, which is undoubtedly one of the best features of this game. Also, the co-op part of V Rising is made very well, so if you have a friend, you have my all recommendations to play this game together. And I literally mean together, not against each other, because the PvP part of the game is pretty boring, well, for now. The Precinct. This looks like an old-school GTA game, but it's entirely the opposite. You'll become a policeman and will have to catch all the criminals that misbehave in your city. The action is set in the past. The year is 1983, and the technologies are accordingly old. That is cool, I like when they go full on the details. So here you'll dive into a world of thrilling car chases, sandbox crimes, and a healthy dose of noir as you protect the city and solve the mystery of your father's murder in the line of duty. Inkulinati. Developers say that this is a love letter to a classic cop movies, you know, like Lethal Weapon for example. And just like in GTA games, the Precinct combines police sim with sandbox experience. Patrol the streets and respond to callouts to fight criminals. It doesn't matter petty or powerful. Choose your own tactics in chases and shootouts and feel the shifting power struggles of town gangs. I don't know, this may be a gem you were looking for, or at least a nice polished rock. The Wandering Village. This is a city-building simulation game. In a world where mysterious plants are spreading all over the earth and emitting toxic spores as they grow, a group of people seek shelter on the back of a giant wandering creature. Here you have to become their leader, build settlement and form a symbiotic relationship with the creature to survive together. Well, I hope that you can be really helpful for the creature, because, you know, otherwise those people are just parasites living on its back and you are the leader of parasites. That doesn't sound so dreamy and glamorous, right? Well, you help the creature to get rid of the evil plants, but I doubt that it is a good deal for the creature. You know, people are pooping and dying and planting stuff on your back. It's a colony of horror from the perspective of that dinosaur thing. Anyway, the game has around 90% of positive review score. Curse of the Dead Gods. This game is obviously oriented for the fans of Hades, or as one commentator on Steam said, Curse of the Dead Gods plays as Hades and looks like Darkest Dungeon. Honestly, it's a fair comparison. So in this game you will seek untold riches, eternal life and divine powers. It will lead you to this accursed temple, a seemingly infinite labyrinth of bottomless pits, deadly traps and monsters. Well, the rest is self-explanatory. The game also introduces a cool mechanic of unique curses. They influence each attempt, putting a twist on every action. Although keep one thing in mind, you will have to parry a lot and that Souls-like mechanic sometimes is very annoying. Otherwise, it's a great game. 86% of reviews on Steam are positive. Assassin's Creed Origins. Ancient Egypt, a land of majesty and intrigue, is disappearing in a ruthless fight for power. Here you will unveil dark secrets and forgotten myths as you go back to one founding moment, the origins of Assassin's Brotherhood. People are talking that this is one of the best Assassin's Creed games they have ever played. It has a great combat system, almost no bugs, and only bad comments are from grumpy old dudes who can't cope with the fact that this is now a role-playing game. Although I must admit that if you are not a fan of an ancient Egypt, this setting can seem a bit boring. Some settings are really overused and not interesting anymore. You know, like Egyptian, ancient Greek, Viking or Latvian mythology. Cataclismo. If you like city defense games, you should watch my video named Best 10 Games Like They Are Billions, but you won't find Cataclismo there because of how fresh and new it is. So here you will lead the last survivors in the aftermath of the world-ending event, as a corrupted force seeks to destroy all that remains of humanity. You will build fortresses brick by brick, designing intricate and towering structures of wood and stone, and of course use them to fend off waves of horrors as they attempt to overwhelm your band of brave warriors. And the coolest thing about the game is of course its highly modular building system, which allows you to design your fortresses as you desire, one piece at a time. You can use blueprints you have designed in advance, or use creations of other players. That is really awesome. Imagine meeting someone at the party and realizing that this is the creator of your favorite god tower.
You saved me from monsters, mister, so many times. Thank you.
Also, the graphic style and visuals are really awesome. Artsy, I would even say. Game has around 90% positive reviews, so if you like tower defense games, there aren't many better options. You have all my recommendations. BLACKTAIL. Here the choice is yours. Will you become the guardian of the woods or the terror nightmares are made of? You play as Yaga, a 16-year-old girl accused of witchcraft and expelled from a medieval settlement. Well, I know what I would be doing after that. Definitely not helping poor folk from the aforementioned village to heal their sick cattle. No, I would rather secretly put pineapple in their potato salad. Also, would turn all their delicious beer into milk.
Milk of a cat.
Yeah, milk of a cat or of a hamster. Anyway, he will decide the fate of the land and its inhabitants, and witness the impact of your decisions on your skills through an implemented morality system. People on Steam are saying that the game feels more mature than the visuals it provides, and the story is really dark and captivating. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Splintered Fate. This is a fast-paced roguelike action game. You will take control of all 4 turtles, each wielding unique powers, and team up with friends for co-op gameplay. And when I say friends, the game offers even a split screen, like developers actually believe that we have real friends. That is so cute. So here you'll explore iconic New York City locations, upgrade your turtle powers, and prepare to face off against well-known enemies, especially the evil boss, that physicist Schrödinger, or something similar. I swear, I remember when I was a kid and I was arguing with other kids who would win in a fight, Schrödinger or Dark Vader. Yeah, those two could fight, that's for sure. So, have I pissed both fandoms already? Tell me, have you written a comment explaining the real names to me and now shamefully deleted it? Yeah, at least in your mind, right? So the story is quite simple. Kreese kidnapped Master Miyagi and now Karate Kid's... Oh wait, no, Shredder kidnapped the Rat Sensei and the turtles have to kick his ass and save the master. During the adventure you will face a whole pantheon of Teenage Mutant Ninja enemies like Bebop, Rocksteady, giant crocodiles and other mutated animals. Looks like a fun game with friends, if you have friends. You don't you? So subscribe, at least we'll be friends with benefits. Lost in Play. This is a journey across childhood imagination, with thoughtfully created puzzles and interesting characters. You play as a brother and sister duo on an adventure to find your way back home. Between reality and fantasy, you will explore the enchanted forest of a horned beast, start a rebellion in a goblin village, and do many things that are considered doubtful in our part of the galaxy. The game is filled with interesting, never-before-seen puzzles. For example, you will challenge a pirate seagull to a game of clicking crabs, serve magical tea, and collect pieces to build a flying machine. Why do you need a flying machine? Well, I would never spoil that for you. If you watch the animated series named Over the Garden Wall, this game has very similar vibes. If you never watched Over the Garden Wall, you should. Like, it's a must-watch animated feature. You will thank me later. And the game, yeah, overwhelmingly positive review score shines really brightly and lures you in like an angler's lamp. Tannenberg. The game brings the massive battles of the Eastern Front and the First World War to life, with 64 players fighting for control of key sectors of the battlefield, each one offering a distinct strategic advantage. Here you'll find authentic atmosphere with accuracy in everything, from maps and weaponry to uniforms. The game has great tactical squad-based FPS, players Romanian, Latvian, Austro-Hungarian, German or Bulgarian. But I have to warn you that if you don't have 64 friends, just forget about those 64 player battles. Last update was a year ago and there's like 30 people online averagely at all time. Still, the price is nice and so is the game. Ancestors Legacy. This is a real-time strategy game influenced by historical events of the Middle Ages. Ancestors Legacy combines resource management and base building with large-scale squad-based battles across vast battlefields. It is all rendered in great detail with Unreal Engine 4. You'll experience medieval bloodshed and can enjoy a cinematic action camera that puts you right in the middle of the battle. People on Steam are saying that Ancestors Legacy is easy to learn and it's like chess. It involves a lot of strategy, so the more you play, the better you become. Basically, here a lot of options to crush the enemy lie in the plain sight, but only the master strategist can see them all. So the more you play, the easier the game will seem. Or not, you know, we all have our limits and sometimes our limit is below the requirements of a victory. Bonfire Peaks. There is a big chance that you have never heard about this game, but in my channel I am famous for digging up hidden treasures like this. Bonfire Peaks is a puzzle game where you will navigate various environmental riddles in a beautifully designed world. One of the things that was really surprising for me was how much time people have spent playing this game. The medium ground would be around 40 hours, but I have seen several dudes with more than 100 hours of playtime. The game itself has above 90% positive reviews. Even the dude who gave a negative review has 34 hours on record. I guess he's a masochist of some sort. You know, usually when I don't like something, I don't participate in that activity for 34 hours. Just saying, but who am I to judge? Anyway, this is a very clever game with interesting puzzle mechanics that won't let you dive into boredom. Also, you can play the demo version on Steam absolutely free. Death in the Water 2. I've been eyeballing this game for a long time now. It looks like a very nice shooter game set in an original underwater environment. Here you will dodge and carve your way through swarms of terrifying sea creatures, controlled by a vicious, giant, mind-controlling kraken that haunts your every move. You will scavenge for hidden treasure to unlock weapons and upgrades, but the environment of this game will make sure that every dive reveals a new nightmare. As you investigate ruins, wrecks and reefs, the tension escalates. The marine life mirrors real behavior, with sharks and creatures remaining passive unless provoked. So don't splash the water and don't pretend to be a seal. Honestly, this advice is legit not only in this game, but also in real life, except if you are attending a gathering of people who pretend to be seals, which is a very popular thing in Estonia, for example. I'm not joking. So the game features a campaign, also survival and free roam modes. People on Steam are saying that this game is very detailed and is suitable for almost every first-person shooter horror fan. The only bad thing is, if you get motion sickness easily, then avoid. Diplomacy is not an option. You will build walls, raise armies and experience warfare on an epic scale. And that is not just a fancy figure of speech. You will face over 25,000 enemies assault your castle walls. If you hope to survive and defend your city so it would become as glorious as Coldberistan itself, you are going to master engineering, economy and even magic. Although there is one problem, you are not a king, just a minor lord without much power. Your king, on the other hand, is a mighty and powerful leader, and also he's a total moron. He drinks warm milk instead of beer, eats only well-done steaks and puts pineapple in his potato salad.
Blasphemy!
None of these things are true, but he's bad, I promise, trust me. Have I ever lied to you? Well, I did, but not this time. So the king raised taxes one day to, let's say, buy more pineapples, and now peasants who are not fond of raised taxes and emerging hunger are rioting in your part of the kingdom. King demands to wipe out the rebellion and go to the distant land to get some gold. Will you do as he says, or will you command the armies of undead and wipe out, you know, humanity instead? Yeah, this game is wild and fun. A very positive review score is achieved by votes cast by thousands of players.
Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden.
Despite the fact that this is a single-player game, here you will play as a ghost hunter couple who vow to protect the living from the threat of lingering ghosts and specters. In a disastrous last mission, the woman was fatally wounded, becoming one of the spirits. So in the haunted wilds of North America, the couple desperately searches for a way to liberate her from the curse. Basically, the game copies the main aspect of The Witcher. You hunt monsters as your main profession, although the gameplay is more similar to God of War. So in the process, you will immerse yourself in a beautiful story between two fated lovers. As witches, banishers, you will enter the lives of simple communities and solve haunting cases in a mythical, lore-rich world plagued with supernatural creatures and ancient secrets. Sounds cool, and the general public mainly agrees by giving it above 80% positive review score. Lightyear Frontier. Here you land on a beautiful, vibrant planet and have to find your mech. Yeah, here you and your machine are almost inseparable. All the building, walking around and exploring is being done by you controlling this huge, a bit sentient mech, who sometimes makes a funny comment or two. Reminds me of Riftbreaker. One of the coolest things here, I think, is visuals. I rarely see this kind of polish in these kinds of games, and this beauty can be immortalized by the game's photo mode. Yeah, some serious AAA games quite often get a full release version without photo mode available, and here you can take wonderful pictures of yourself whenever you want. So basically this is a crafting and building game, so you have to roam around with your mech and collect various resources, then convert those resources into some machines, buildings or anything you like. Although this game is not only about mech upgrading, crafting and building, the exploration part is here as well. Not as big as I would want it to be, but when I played it, I found some dungeons where I couldn't go with my mech, so I had to leave my machine in order to squeeze myself into tight places. That is a nice touch. If you like these crafting games, there is a huge chance that you will like this one as well. God and Story. This is a social sim and adventure RPG where you play as Concord, a newly appointed village guardian. There is lots to keep you busy. Not only your neighbors need assistance, but a mysterious rot has seeped into the foundations of once flourishing island. Honestly, that part of the story is a shameful ripoff from yonder Cloudcatcher Chronicles, or from a never-ending story. Although that doesn't really matter because this game is really different in many other aspects. Anyway, he will help your friends with their struggles and they will help you through yours. You know that raging addiction to pineapples in your potato salad will not go away by itself. You need help. So here you will have to balance caring for the environment, exploring new regions and fostering new friendships as you solve puzzles and help restore the grove to glory. Necesse. Here you'll find an infinite procedurally generated world full of mysteries to uncover. As you grow your settlement, you will also lead expeditions against pirate kings, dragons, fallen wizards and people who write in all caps. Here you can spend your days scrolling through dungeons, searching for treasures and raw materials for equipment crafting. Also, you may answer the call to adventure, traversing the seas and seeking out great foes to test your prowess. Recruit settlers with particular skills and work alongside them to mine a wide variety of ores. Craft gear tailored to your preferred playstyle and establish a flourishing, amazing village. But knowing you, there is a big chance that your village will be puny and pathetic. No offense. Okay, a little offense. What are you gonna do, huh? Well, jokes aside, people are saying that the game looks simple, but it's actually really complex and fun. More than 90% of reviews are positive. Caravan SandWitch. Here you'll embark on a journey across a sci-fi world. Driven by a mystery to find your missing sister, you will interact with various communities, help them with their tasks, and meet new people along the way. Take your time to explore the world, whether in your van or on foot. The game is aiming to be crowned as a king of relaxing exploration games. Here you will find no combat, no death, no timer, just you, your van, and the world. Here, equipped with an array of essential tools, you will upgrade your van to open up new passages and ruins. From navigating treacherous terrain to uncovering ancient historical sites. Every step of your journey will bring you closer to unraveling mystery behind your sister's disappearance. REVEIL. This is a narrative first-person psycho thriller focusing on puzzles and exploration. So basically this is a very nicely done walking simulator, you know, with horror vibes, so not as boring as you may expect. The story begins with you waking up. You are disoriented, your head hurts. Well, honestly, a lot of us have the same problem the main protagonist has. It's called alcoholism. But surprisingly this time it's not it. You are trapped into a surreal, mysterious place where everything looks familiar but you don't know why. As things get crazier and more bizarre, the lines between reality, memory and imagination become more and more blurred. So your only way out is to solve everything. Be sure you have an IQ a bit higher than room temperature. Game has strong, very positive review score, so if you like games like that, this may be a wonderful hidden spoon of potato salad for you. Laysara, Summit Kingdom. It is a real-time strategy city builder colony sim with pause, meaning that you can issue commands while eating delicious potato salad without any stress. So here during a campaign or sandbox playthrough, you will establish multiple towns, each on a unique mountain with its own traits. Each mountain also comes with a new set of challenges. They differ in shapes, vegetation zone layouts, resource availability and weather conditions. One of the ever-present dangers you will have to deal with are mighty avalanches. You can't stop them, obviously, but you can take precautions and be prepared. Afforest the key areas to create natural barriers, build artificial ones to redirect rushing masses of snow, or trigger the avalanche early while it's still manageable. That is a really dangerous activity and it will put you on your toes. So when I said that you can play it without any stress, I lied. Saints Row the Third. This game is crazy, and trying to make sense explaining the plot would be crazy as well. So, let me try. You belong to a small, powerful gang of dudes. Long story short, you lose control of the city to a dangerous criminal organization and have to fight back to reclaim it. Yeah, kinda like that. Overall, the game is about rising to power amidst chaos and ridiculousness. Yeah, that word you will use a lot, because I doubt there are more ridiculous games than this one. Okay, maybe there are, but Saints Row the Third is definitely in the top 10 of any ridiculous list. So anyway, enjoy the mayhem you cause here and have fun. CountryBalls Heroes. So basically this is a humorous Heroes of Might and Magic clone where the main heroes and monsters are CountryBalls, the thing most of us know from the vast plains of the internet. For those who don't know, these CountryBalls are used in comics or memes. They humorously represent the countries and their stances about various issues of the world, or just used to create plain stupid humor, which is best. So here you'll build up your base and recruit various CountryBalls unique for each faction. Train multiple balls, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Your balls can become a plumber, hussar, priest, drunkard, cowboy, and so on. You'll find 90 unique units and several factions. Players on Steam are saying that the game is cringy, but the cringe is kinda good cringe and not cringy, if you know what I mean. Amnesia Rebirth. I admit that I am a
Pussy! Pussy, pussy, pussy!
and I have never played the game. I watched Markiplier playing it and it was quite a fun experience. It has all the creepy vibes previous Amnesia games had, but it is a bit less scary. I was expecting, you know, the level of horror we all felt in the first Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but Rebirth is only about 30% of that. The good thing is that if you are like me, you can probably play the game without having a heart attack. But the bad thing, at least for me, was that this time you are a pregnant woman. That sounds kinda sexistic, but let me explain, it's actually not. I just can't immerse myself in the role of a pregnant woman. I lack empathy, and if you are a man, there is a big chance that you can't do that as well. You know, I don't care about her baby, so that creepiness level is way lower for men who are playing the game and probably way higher for female players, especially pregnant ones, although I really doubt that they are the target audience though, as someone in the comments said that Rebirth is the true definition of
not great or terrible.
Despite that, it is a really beautiful game with a great story, environments, and some spooky stuff in general, and this price is just about right to get your filthy fingers on it. Pacific Drive. This is a very interesting title with mechanics you won't usually see in other games. In this driving survival adventure you face supernatural dangers on each expedition into the exclusion zone. Make your base of operations in an abandoned garage, where you'll research new parts, customize your station wagon and chart routes deeper into the zone. As you gather precious resources and investigate what's been left behind in the zone, you learn exactly what it takes to survive in this unpredictable hostile environment. All the vibes here lead to Strugatsky Brothers and their roadside picnic story. Many games draw inspiration from it, from legendary S.T.A.L.K.E.R to a recent gem, Tunguska the Visitation. And if you like the theme about some stranger things happening in this specific area, I recommend you to watch the movie named Annihilation with Natalie Portman. You won't be disappointed, I promise. Hand of Fate 2. This is a dungeon crawler set in a dark fantasy world. Here you'll try to master a living board game, where every stage of the adventure is drawn from a deck of legendary encounters chosen by you. So choose wisely your opponent. The enigmatic dealer will try to make you feel helpless and pathetic. People on Steam are saying that the combat is a bit clunky, but the atmosphere, art style, and the narration of the game makes Hand of Fate really enjoyable and fun. Although keep in mind that the game is kinda difficult, also heavily based on luck. You know, it's a card game after all. And that may be frustrating if you have an unlucky day when everything falls apart. So before playing, throw a coin into the air 3 times and try to guess heads or tails. If you'll be correct at least 2 times, play the game. Luck is with you today.
And what if this was the last drop of luck? What if guessing heads or tails right was the luckiest thing that happened today?
Well, in this instance, I'll think you'll know that you are screwed right away. Game is not forgiving. Into the Breach. This simple-looking game is actually an officially recognized masterpiece. It has won Best Strategy Game title at the Game Awards. It was announced as a Game of the Year by PC Gamer, and on Steam it has above 90% of positive reviews left by thousands of people. So here the remnants of human civilization are threatened by enormous creatures breeding beneath the earth, and all hope is in your hands. You must control powerful mechs from the future to hold off this alien threat, and each attempt to save the world presents a new randomly generated challenge. Basically, the game throws a different strategic puzzle at you every time and you have to solve it, and that is somehow really fun to do. Just make sure you like both puzzles and strategy games, because it is quite challenging, and if your brain is smooth, you may want to play some other game instead. Don't ask why I know this. The Gunk. This is an action-adventure game in which you play as one of two gritty space holes. As you are struggling to bring in funds, you chance upon an untouched planet brimming with life. You came in search of valuable resources and it looks like you hit the jackpot. But as you uncover the dormant secrets of a shattered civilization, you must battle the curse of a toxic gunk parasite. You will use your trusty power glove to reverse the corruption, uncover secrets of old and heal the planet. Also experience the evolving relationship of the crew as you explore this unique world. The game has a very positive review score, so it may be a good choice for your evening.
Turnip boy commits tax evasion.
He will take control of an adorable turnip who happens to be an absolute menace to society. After failing to pay taxes and getting evicted from your home, you must go on an epic quest to pay back your massive debt to Mayor Onion. Use garden tools to solve plantastic puzzles, meet eccentric vegetables and fruits, and take on treacherous fights against animals both big and small, including the capitalist swine. Along the journey, uncover what's spoiling this garden community and rise to tear down the corrupt vegetable government. In other words, you are a lazy, shaded turnip that wants to evade paying taxes and along the way start the revolution. Some kind of Lenin, I guess. The Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes. Here, at the close of the Iraq War, special forces hunting for weapons of mass destruction unearthed something far deadlier, a buried Sumerian temple containing a nest of creepy creatures. To survive the night below, they must forge a brotherhood with their enemies from the world above, and only your decisions will influence how the story will unfold. Basically, I can guarantee that nothing good will ever happen with you behind the wheel. Everyone will die horribly and you are the one to blame. But hey, that's the beauty of this game, you can replay it and make different, probably way worse decisions next time. The Forgotten City. This game, as a lot of gamers point out, is a Groundhog Day in an ancient city. The mechanic here is simple, everyone around you is dying for unknown reasons and you have to stop it. If you fail, and you will fail more than once, you can just go to the portal and restart the day over and over again until you solve the problem of dying so nobody dies anymore. If you think about it, this is a roguelite game, just story-based instead of combat, and it's really one of the best adventure games there is. I'm not gonna lie, if you go to Steam you will see the overwhelmingly positive review score. Also, fun fact, this game started as a Skyrim mod a long time ago and it was so well received it became a separate kick-ass game. Going medieval. Stake your claim in this colony building sim and survive a turbulent medieval age where almost everyone has died from plague. He will construct a huge fortress in a land reclaimed by wilderness, defend against raids and keep your villagers happy as their personalities are shaped by the world around them. While keeping in mind all that plague and also occasional pillaging, keeping villagers happy might be a harder thing than, you know, getting drunk from non-alcoholic beer. Keep in mind that the game is very similar to RimWorld. People on Steam are calling it RimWorld Elite or Medieval RimWorld, but don't be scared, these are positive comments, meaning that if you like the famous game, you will probably like Going Medieval as well. The game is in early access, so don't expect miracles, although it has a very positive review score on Steam, so it is in a good shape already. From Glory to Goo. It may not be the prettiest RTS, but it is for sure one of the most entertaining ones. This is a sci-fi survival strategy set on an alien world. You will serve as humanity's pioneer by establishing a colony and supporting your colonies still in orbit. But beware, the Goo, a relentless shape-shifting force, approaches from all sides, even above and below. Basically, you will have to build your colony to repel local horrors who are not very fond of uninvited guests. But if you look at this philosophically, you will realize that the real monster here is you. You came here, you destroyed their beautiful landscape with your pathetic buildings that are making energy out of their plants and animals and filtering your piss so you could have drinking water. They have a right to be angry and they use that right quite excessively. The game is single player only. It includes 23 Steam achievements and multiple factions with units and buildings you can use. You know, ally or destroy depending on your captain and biome. Bad reviews are rare. Most of the people who play the game are saying that it is not perfect but really entertaining. What else you may want? Witch It. This is a multiplayer hide-and-seek game where you are tasked with seeking hidden witches that blend in with the environment. Well, or play as a witch and do all that blending yourself. At first glance, that book on a shelf may look innocent, but remember, witches can disguise themselves as any physical object, although if you turn yourself into a pizza, you will look kinda suspicious on the ground or in the bookshelf as well. You need to think where and how to blend in. Sadly, there is no ability to transform yourself into hairy balls.
That is sad.
Also, if you are a hunter, your perception skills will come in handy, that's no doubt. Here you'll also be able to craft new items or even your own maps to play in. Game may look a bit childish, and honestly it is, but it has around 90% of positive reviews, so a great time is almost guaranteed. UnderMine. This is an action-adventure roguelike that blends combat and dungeon crawling with RPG-like progression. Mine gold, die, upgrade yourself, and then try again. Discover hundreds of items including relics, potions, blessings and curses that all stack for a new experience every run. Challenge dangerous bosses and rescue helpful characters that provide new upgrades for your adventure. Also decipher the cryptic messages of the UnderMine's residents and unfold the mystery at the heart of the dungeon. People on Steam are saying that the game reminds them of one thing, like someone took the mines from Stardew Valley, upgraded them heavily and made them into a game. UnderMine has about 90% of positive reviews, but some people complain that it is unbalanced and can infuriate you. But hey, you play these games and hope to die just to be reborn stronger again. Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. This is a really original and truly amazing game where you play as an ape. Yeah, your journey starts 10 million years ago, and by then we still shared our ancestors with gorillas and chimpanzees. Our last common ancestor with the apes, chimpanzees to be exact, is known to be roughly about 5 million years old. So you start as an ape and over the years evolve into an early human. The whole game spans from 10 million to 2 million years ago. Your task is for you and your tribe not to die and not to choose the path of extinction. The future of humanity is in your hands, like literally. As developers say, evolution was not written in stone. Your decisions will shape how you will overcome obstacles, increase your species, and what knowledge you will pass on to future generations. You can focus on specific attributes or choose a more balanced approach to survival. Your clan's ability to survive will be directly impacted by your decisions and choices, making each player's experience a unique one. It's a wonderful game reminding us that we are just starting to go on our evolutionary path as human species. 2 million years is nothing. Dinosaurs existed for 165 million years before they all died out, except the birds, of course, add another 65 million years to that big number. That is a huge difference. Not as huge as your mama though. And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Subscribe to Cold Beer, enjoy potato.